Well, hello, and thank you for stopping by to Stamp with Barb. My name is Barb Ryder, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. I have another Celebration 2021 for you using the Corner Bouquet, and I have a fun, bright card to share. So, let's get started. This is one of the stamp sets that you can get for free with our with a $50 purchase before shipping and tax. And this stamp set doesn't look like much, but when you see it in action, you see some samples, it makes sense of adding this to your collection of your word stamps that you might already have, or to go ahead and add them to another stamp set, as you'll see here in a few minutes. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do that, and make sure to hit the bell so that you will get all my notifications as I upload these videos. You can find me also on Facebook with Stamp with Barb, Ryder, R-I-D-E-R, and hopefully you'll see me doing some lives on every Thursday. I'm there at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's grab some stuff and make a card using the Corner Bouquet. So let me get my handy dandy stamping surface here. And we are going to use some really bright colors today. We are going to use Granny Apple Green as our base. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. We are going to use Flirty Flamingo, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then the basic white, which is 3 3/4 by 5. We're also going to use the new oval punch that is in the January to June catalog. So we'll be using that. And then the ink colors we'll be using are Granny Apple Green, Bumblebee, and Flirty Flamingo. Alright, so I've already mounted the smaller of the Corner Bouquet and the tiny flower. We're going to be using those, and we're going to be stamping on the white. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to use the Granny Apple Green. Get that here. Alright, so I'm just going to ink this up very well, making sure that you have the ink, very good on your stamp. And we are just going to stamp in all 4 areas of the cardstock here. Let me come up here a little farther. There we go. Alright, so I'm kind of going to go in the middle here. So there's one. And you'll definitely need some scrap paper because you're going to be stamping off of your page. Let's turn that, and let's go ahead and stamp that down. And again, make sure that you're getting well inked on your stamp. And you could do this in any color, but I just wanted something bright and fun. And so I have Granny Apple Green. Make sure that's inked up good. Okay, and then the last one, just like that. Alright. Now, one of the things that I love to do is make sure that I clean my stamp as I go. This is my well-loved chamois here. This is a product that you just wet with water and squeeze it out. I have it in one of our stamp cases. This is my old cleaner behind here, but basically this just sits on here and it works very well. I think it's $10. I don't have it memorized. It's in the annual catalog, but it's a tool that you might want to consider getting, because you do need to spend $50 in order to get this free. So there's lots of product here that you can build to that $50 to get that free Corner Bouquet. Alright, I am done with the Granny Apple Green, so let's close that so I don't make a mess on myself. Alright, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo. and take our little flower stamp here and get that flat so I can stamp. There we go. Okay, so basically I'm just going to go in, circles again, but I'm going to stamp this flower, and I'm going to do it once, twice, and 3 times before I ink it up again, okay? So ink it up in the Flirty Flamingo, 1, 2, 3, and they're kind of close together to make that pretty little cluster, and then turn it, and then one of the other things too is to make sure that you're not always stamping the bolder image on the bottom. See what I mean? This one's towards the bottom, and then this one is towards the top. Bring that up there so you can see. See that? All right, so here we go. We're going to turn this, and let's stamp 1, 2, and 3. And over here, I don't know, that might just need 1 right there. Okay, let's go on this one, and let's go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. So there we are. Now before I go to the next color, I'm going to go ahead, and I am going to stamp that flower down here in the corners. Turn it, and again, I'm just doing 3 clusters and not re-inking. So it just looks like a fun little bouquet of blooms. All right, there is that. Clean off this little flower because we are going to use Bumblebee and do the same thing again. We are going to go ahead and stamp some more flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and just grab that Bumblebee, and just going to add that here. I'm going to add some more of the Bumblebee in the areas here. It goes pretty fast once you get the hang of the 1, 2, 3. Now if you stamp more, that's fine too. 1, 2, 3, there we go. All right. So there we have a pretty little bouquet of flowers, and something that's just nice and fun, right? Okay, that is it for the stamping of my base. Now this is a pretty simple card. If you're a new stamper, this is perfect. So I try to do cards that are for beginners, and then also again as a stepped up version. But for a beginner, this is a pretty basic card, just having to have layers of the cardstock. And you know, right now you can get a discount purchaser package for $99, choosing $125 of product, and then you get 5 packages of designer paper. Make sure to go to my Facebook page and look at all of the postings and the different projects that I've done using the designer paper, which is amazing. I'd love to talk to you more. At the very beginning, I shared the website where you can go and purchase product, the current hostess code for January 2021, and you can get that there. Now, one of the things that I do have is a stamp set called Itty Bitty Greetings. Now, this stamp set has been around a while. We don't sell the wood mount stamps anymore, which that's what I'm going to use because that's what I've had. I've had this one around long enough for the last few years, but this is a fabulous set. So I am going to use the Hey Friend and pull that out of my stamp set. Here you go. Now, if you purchase it now, you're going to get cling mount, just like these. Okay, this is cling mount, the red rubber cling mount. And we also sell the polymer stamps, which is the clear kind of rubbery feel of stamps. Anyway, we're going to use this one because this is what I have, and it works fabulous. Here, I'm trying to find my Hey Friend. There it is right there. Okay, we're going to use that stamp set. And what else are we going to do here? We are going to use this punch. So let's take my scrap white here. I'm actually going to use the small piece or the small oval, and you could cut your paper down so that it just fits in this section, which would work perfect. Since I can't do that, I'm just going to punch that out, and it just ends up taking this other piece with it, but that is okay. We are going to go ahead and use the Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to take and do the scallop. Alright, so that's what I need from the punch. We're going to go back to the Granny Apple Green, open this up, and we are going to stamp Hey Friend on the oval. So, you know, I've been a demonstrator for a long time, 20 years. We only had wood, and so I do like the wood stamps. Do I like that you can use the polymer and the new advancement of everything? Absolutely, but I still like the wood stamps. So I'm going to stamp that right down here, just like that. Super simple. And then we're going to go back to the bumblebee with our flower. And I'm going to do that little cluster. I'm going to ink that up. Okay. And I'm going to do that little cluster of flowers over here to the side. You can see, you can see that I stamped it over to the side a little bit. So I'm going to do the flower, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So it matches my cluster of flowers within the rest of the card. Okay, let's put that to the side, and let's go ahead and put our card together. Now, one of the great things about Stampin' Up! Is that we have coordinating cardstock, ribbons, embellishments, inks, markers, blends, alcohol markers, all of that works so nicely together. And so I have got Bumblebee ribbon, and it's a nice soft, really nice to work with ribbon. And what I'm going to do is actually bring this around, and let's see, I want to see which side I want for my left side. And I think I'll keep it like this. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is just pull this ribbon, and a lot of times I like to leave it on the spool. If you get one of my card kits, you'll get either your ribbon as part of your packet, or it would be a piece that is in your kit already. But for me, when I'm working, you know, creating and things on my own here, I like to leave it on the spool and then decide, okay, how much do I need? And that's about what I need for my bow. So I'm going to come in here and just use our paper snips, which are an amazing little pair of scissors. And I'm just going to create my bow right here. So I'm going to tie that down just like that. You can see how soft that ribbon is. It just works so nice. Make my bow. And then we are just going to put our layers together. Okay? All right. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Just like that right there. Okay. I'm gonna take this and shift it just a little bit. Okay. All right, let's take our oval punch that we've done here. This is our Stampin' Seal, which actually is a double stick adhesive. You're just going to lay that down and put that onto the oval. This is going to get centered right into the other oval that I punched. Just like that. And then we're going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. And when you use dimensionals and you're going onto the ribbon, it's good to try to, straddle the ribbon so that outside of the dimensionals, because it just sticks better. It just, that's the best way to describe it. Let's see, let's move this little guy down here a little bit. And this will go like right here, just like that. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and put our adhesive down. This is super sticky, and so you don't need to like use it all over the card. I think I will do a little bit right in the middle there. Now, on the card base, I should have done this, you just fold this in half, or if you have one of our fabulous cutters, there is a scoring tool in that. But this way, take your bone folder, just rub that down, and it gives you that beautiful crease that you need. And then we're ready to put our stamped image. Oops, not there. We want it on the Flirty Flamingo first. Almost put that down on the base. Okay, let's see. There we go. And then do the same thing again. So you're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on all the corners here, on the edges rather, and right there. And then this, make sure you have it the right way. I have been known to put this on upside down. That is not fun. Okay, here you go. Pull this little guy down a little bit. There we go. All right, and look at that. Isn't that a fun, bright, fun card? Using the Itty Bitty Greetings and the free, with a $50 purchase, Corner Bouquet. There you go. Now, you can use a darker stamp and stamp a saying on the inside. Let's see. Hey, friend. Let's see. What else do you have in here? You could say, hope you're feeling better. Enjoy your retirement. You could just say, I'm here for you if they're going through something hard. But you also have these side sayings, and then there's another, there's more sayings that are more specific to holidays. I just didn't bring that one over here. You can see it says 2 of 2. And so there are 2, this is a huge stamp set. So just keep that in mind. Itty Bitty Greetings, and that can be found in the annual catalog. So what do you think about that fun and fast card? The next thing I'm going to do is actually just bring those other samples that you saw at the very beginning and share a little bit about those. So there you have that. Now let me show you this. Here is another one that I did using the same colors, except I put Hope You're Feeling Better on this one. Okay. Now this one uses our Sand and Sea suite, and let me just pull that over here and show you. That is in our January to June catalog. Right here. Pages 40 and 41 show you some beautiful things in here with this stamp set. Friends are like seashells. It has some great sayings in here. And so what I did is I made a card using the designer paper right down there. I used the designer paper, and I used the opals. And I used that oval punch again. And it says, Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. Seaside Spray Shimmer Ribbon, which is amazing. I did some heat embossing here, and I used our sponges, our new stenciling blending brushes is what they're called, and I put some Seaside Spray on top of that white embossed large image. You see our opal rounds right here, and look at this. This is on with dimensionals, but when you open it, see, it holds it in place. Isn't that amazing? Look at that special fold and the inside of that card. Very easy to stamp on. All right, and there is a fun fold for you. Now that is Sahara Sand and Seaside Spray is what I used. Bring that a little closer so you can see those beautiful opals that go with that. So there is one more idea. The next one is a little more on the masculine side. I used the stamp set Mini Mates. I used a couple pieces of just the basic white, and I stamped in Cinnamon Cider, one of our in colors, and then another in color is the Pretty and Peacock. That's what this one is. And then I've just taken some of our white twine and our Pretty and Peacock ribbon, tied that on the bottom. This is our Sprig Punch. Actually, I have it right here sitting on the side, our Sprig Punch, and I punched that to coordinate with the Cinnamon Cider. So there you go. So like I said, Corner Bouquet is a fabulous set to go with anything that you already have that has words and images, you know, in your stash. This one is so pretty. I want to bring it closer so you can see. This is another technique that you can use with the Corner Bouquet. I have used our Marvelous markers and just taken the image, inked up, colored all the areas that I wanted in the different colors, and then stamped it. Now again, I've done this technique several times in videos that you can find on my Facebook page. And even here, I've uploaded some of my Facebook Lives on the YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe so when those are uploaded, you'll get notification. And like this video if you like the projects that you've seen. This is using another set that is in our current January to June catalog. I'm going to bring that over again and show you this. It's on page 23, but it's called Curvy, or Quite Curvy. Here are all the stamps that you can get in that set, and look at these little dies. You even have dies that you can use to go with the stamps, but there's some samples in here, and you can see on my little note I have that set. I mark my catalogs of what I have and what I want, if you see a W ever. But isn't this beautiful? It says made with love just for you, and look at that little bird sitting on the branch flower. I love it. I did use the rectangle square stitch dies. And I used the 3 sizes that just, you know, the smallest, second, and the third, and then there are some larger ones in that. And this is our beautiful Blackberry Ribbon that's currently in the January to June catalog that I just shared. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You could actually take some Wink of Stella and just really pop that up differently, add some gems, whatever. But this is what I would say is more, these 2 cards are more of a, actually all 3 of them are a little more advanced in stamping. The one that I showed you today in the demonstration, that is more of a early, you know, someone just starting out. Or if you just want a simple, easy card, there you go. Well, that is it for today. I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. I appreciate you stopping by, and I do hope that you will come back again. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.